Big Darby Creek is one of the highest quality streams that we have in the state of Ohio and considered one of the highest quality streams remaining in the Midwest. What makes it significant is its biological diversity. That's really the unique character about the river. If we go back into the 70s and the 80s when a lot of the rivers in the state of Ohio were degraded, water quality was poor, Big Darby Creek served as a refugia for a lot of rare, sensitive, and endangered species. And as the water quality improved in places like the Scioto and Big Walnut Creek and Alum Creek and other rivers in central Ohio, these fish species actually moved out of Big Darby Creek and began to populate some of these other streams. Big and Little Darby Creek have some of the remaining populations of some of the rarest freshwater mussels that we have in the state, which most people don't really know about. Probably the most unique is the clubshell mussel, which is really found only in one other river system in the state. Little Darby Creek is believed to have the last remaining viable population of the clubshell mussels. The Indiana bat, it's a small little brown bat that's federally endangered. It can occur anywhere in riparian areas. It likes riparian areas, and of all places, a population was actually identified along Big Darby Creek. But lo and behold, along with everything else that Big and Little Darby has, a confirmed population of Indiana bats shows up. So the Scioto mad tom is currently no longer listed as federally endangered. It was delisted because it hasn't been seen in so many years. Last specimens were collected in lower Big Darby, late 50s, early 60s, I believe. It was long believed to be in lower Big Darby Creek for years, and people looked for it, and I never turned up, so it was delisted. For Big and Little Darby to maintain this high biological diversity and outstanding water quality through all these years, how did it do that? It does have an intact riparian forest buffer. The forest buffer that filters out pollutants and surface runoff, the root mass and all the vegetation growing underneath the trees, soak up excess nutrients and filter out sediment particles. Also shades the stream, which keeps the water temperatures cool and constant. They're both very popular fishing streams, have outstanding smallmouth bass populations, catfish populations, panfish populations. So it's really an outstanding freshwater fishery. And the Big Darby Creek and Little Darby Creek are becoming more recognized, more well known as paddling destinations, although they're more seasonable than a lot of the other rivers and streams in the state. But it's starting to become a more popular paddling destination as well. One of the greatest challenges we face now is conversion of the watershed from agricultural land use to urban impervious surfaces, rooftops, parking lots, roads, and all those hard surfaces. Rather than allowing rainwater to infiltrate into the ground when it rains, rainwater gathers up, runs into a storm sewer, and then pipes straight to the river, so it gets this huge slug of storm water very quickly. So that's the greatest threat that we face in the Big and Little Darby right now. Our staff are working very hard to try to do things like protect riparian corridor and reducing impervious surfaces, enhance stormwater management, enhance stormwater treatment. There's really a number of opportunities that are created by our conservation efforts, and just the conservation of the corridor creates an overall better experience for the river user.